Eiichiro Oda, Eiichiro Oda, Luffy, 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 Luffy. Hey everyone, hi, welcome or welcome back to my channel. Today I am going to be talking about Romance Dawn, which is the first arc in the One Piece saga. If you are new to my channel, hi. There are a lot of new folks here, and I wanted to give you all the warmest welcome I can muster. I am honestly humbled by the One Piece community that has come to greet me on this journey. So hello, a special hello to you all. And if you are not new here, then hi y'all. As one person says, I am now a One Piece channel and resistance is futile. If you don't know what I'm talking about, I will point you to a video I did a few days ago. If you're new and you are liking the vibes, if you like One Piece, if you like reading like I do and seek joy, like joyful experiences, or really the whole range of emotions in reading, and that's one of your things, I would really encourage you to subscribe and stick around. Now let's go ahead and get into the meat of this video. I wanted to structure this video at least a little bit for me. So part one is going to be housekeeping and just a couple of things to all of you new folks that are here. And then part two is going to be my thoughts about Romance Dawn, the first arc in One Piece. And then that will be non-spoiled. Like I'll give you some idea of like what it was like and some maybe overarching themes. And then we'll get into spoiler territory. I'll talk about what I really want to talk about is the characters that are introduced and how I feel about those characters. The first item on my agenda is like this massive, huge welcome to all you new folks. A couple of you have joked around or like wondered if I just sort of blindly fell upon One Piece as being a really popular and well-loved manga series. And the long short of it is basically yes. I had seen a couple of YouTube videos, not even really about One Piece, but like I think I had seen the titles of some reaction videos of One Piece, and so I knew it existed, but I had no idea the response I was going to get and just how passionate and excited you all are to see someone reading it for the first time. So that was really exciting for me. The second thing is I'm really sorry and am so thankful. Like, I'm really sorry about my pronunciations, and I am so thankful that you all have been ridiculously gracious because boy, I really butchered it. So I'm working on it, y'all. I'm working on it. I'm in this weird sticky situation. It's like minorly sticky. The best thing that you all can do is graciously, which you all have been doing already, graciously correct my pronunciation in the comments. Because here's the thing, and maybe when I've read enough One Piece, this won't be a problem, but since I am such in the early stages of One Piece, I don't want to spoil it for myself. So even as I was looking up how to pronounce Eiichiro, oh my goodness, Eiichiro. So I was looking up how to pronounce Eiichiro, and it was just like, Eiichiro Oda has spoiled One Piece, and I was like, I don't want spoilers for like the latest episode. I don't want to do that. So I'm in this spot where I'm nervous about looking up any kind of information about One Piece, even like the author's name, because I've been warned by a lot of you that there are spoilers out there, so I don't want to spoil it for myself. So, graciously correct my pronunciation in the comments. I am really sorry that I said Oda's name incorrectly and Luffy, like Luffy. I was like, here I am talking Luffy, and I'm like, oh my gosh, Luffy. And then you all, before I even mentioned the character Zoro, it's Zoro rather than Zolo. Although I wondered if it was like the soft R, Zoro, like the soft, almost like D in the back of in the palate of your mouth, or if it's Zoro, like the mask of Zoro. But a lot of you said Z-O-R-O, Zoro, so I'm going with that. my little last bit of housekeeping is that I'm not a super scheduled person. I do put out content regularly, but it's in a very like organic way. I know sort of how many videos I like to make, and it's just, you know, pretty organic. However, I do know that a lot of you are here because you want to see One Piece stuff. So maybe I'm considering, and you'll all have to give me some thoughts. Maybe I'll do like on Wednesdays we talk One Piece, um, something like that, One Piece Wednesdays, and that way you all know like when you'll see something from me up. And I'm actually hoping this goes up on a Wednesday. I guess the last thing of housekeeping is that I think I know in my last video I was like, I'm gonna read it as long as it's still fun. And considering the excitement you all have about One Piece and the encouragement that I'm getting in the comments in general, I really want to do the full thing. Like, I want to read the full journey. I don't want to stop midway. I want to be a completionist in this regard. And my, sentiment is still true that if I'm not enjoying it anymore, I won't keep reading. But I think I'm going to give One Piece a lot more grace, and I'm going to say, unless I'm miserable, which I don't think I will be, because of just like the enthusiasm that I got from you all to like go for it, and that I'm embarking on this incredible journey, and that I'm really like, I don't know, not lucky, but like y'all are just so excited for me. So it's hard to be like, I'm going to stop reading because what am I going to say? I don't believe you all. Like, no, I believe you all. I believe I'm on the precipice of a very exciting journey, and that it's going to be like so much fun. So I am more committed to the reading project as of today than I was a few days ago when I made my initial reaction. And with all of that, that is the housekeeping. I'm going to stop talking about just community stuff and let's get into Romance Dawn. So Romance Dawn is the first arc, the first complete story essentially in the One Piece saga. And so it starts off with Luffy, which I know now how to say his name, who is this little boy, and he eats something he's not supposed to eat, and it gives him magical abilities. And the magical abilities are sort of strange and definitely fantastical. And he is setting out to become the greatest pirate of all time. I'm hoping I get that tagline right because I'm not really sure if I did. And so after the first, you kind of get this backstory of where Luffy gets his inspiration to be a pirate. And he wears this like really cute straw hat, and yeah, it's a lot of fun. And then in sort of, that's like the very first chapter. And then in the second chapter, we see him, he's grown quite a bit, and he still has this dream. Now, as a silly point, he doesn't know how to swim. And so how can you be a pirate if you don't know how to swim? So there is definitely this like whimsical, childlike, Disney-esque, though Disney is very like westernized. In some ways it feels like Disney, but in some ways it doesn't, because it doesn't feel that Western. But it has this quality of like a bit of silliness. And from what I've gathered, it's not going to stay that way. And so he's trying to piece together his crew, Luffy is. In this first episode, like true story arc with Luffy, we meet a couple of really interesting people, and they have something in common. So the first one, in my westernized way of saying it, would be Koby, Koby, and I wouldn't be surprised if I was saying that wrong. And he has this dream to join, I believe it's the Marines. And then we also have Zoro, who wants to be the greatest swordsman of all time. And so we're kind of watching Luffy build his crew with a whole ragtag bunch of, people, and they have their own ambitions in mind. And of course, a ton of fantastical things happen. There's a lot of action, there's a lot of adventure, and it's really nice. There's a nice juxtaposition between silliness and seriousness. And so it's great so far. And I'm just so excited to continue. So if you're done, if you're like, I just wanted to know like if I should get into this, I would say try it. I would just say try it, okay? Because I am at episode or chapter 8. I'm not sure if they're called, I think they're called chapters. Chapter 8. I'm still learning, y'all. I'm still learning, and I appreciate your patience. So I'm only at chapter 8, and there's like over 1,000 chapters. So I think you do have to be kind of willing to go for it for the full long haul. Of course, you don't have to read it all, but I feel like that's just sacrilegious to say, considering that it's gotten such a wide and excited fan base. Like, I think that the whole point is to go all the way through to the end, and it is a rewarding, amazing, fantastical journey as you go that will make you laugh, make you cry, make you fall in love, and break your heart, and it's supposed to be amazing. So if you're here just for a quick synopsis of like the beginning of One Piece and you're done, then I'll say goodbye now. But if you're a One Piece person and you wanted to stay to like chat about more detailed stuff, I will say this, I'm really loving the character designs. I love them. So we have, I'm gonna like hopefully pop it up on the screen. I have my computer down here. We have Naval Captain Axehand Morgan. Oh my goodness. Like, I love this character. He looks frightening, scary. He looks like absolutely bananas scary. And he has like his axe like pointing out the side of his elbow, and the mask and his bulk. The whole thing is amazing. And like from the tip of his head to his shoes, which I've noticed that Oda, that he I don't think it's Oda, like Oda. I feel very Oda. But anyways, I think that, you know, it seems like there's a lot of pleasure that's taken from designing the characters. And so here we have this like gruff bad guy, and he looks scary, y'all. He looks scary. And it's really a nice contrast with the person that we meet right before, which I am like, I really should have looked up the names now, but it's Aleppo, or is it Aleppo? Is it a silent H? Forgive, I'm so sorry, but it's Captain Morgan's son, and we meet him, and he's in this like suit and these like animal print shoes and his like page boy haircut. Oh my goodness. And like he's such a whiny baby. And I was like, ugh. And then he runs to his father, and his father is like the opposite of that. His father is scary. He's just scary beyond belief. So here I am, I'm like, oh my gosh. And like the sort of whininess that he has towards anyone breaking the rules, and then you really get an understanding that Luffy is like, he has compassion in him, even in that small interaction of realizing that Helmeppo, I don't know, oh my gosh. But that like when Luffy finds out that he's lying, that you know, he really takes up for Zoro, and that's really such an awesome, sweet moment. And also I think it has to be said that there's this sort of sweetness, and I'm sorry that it's so detailed. Y'all have to tell me, like, I want some feedback from y'all, and I'm feeling scattered and a little bit unsure of myself. Luffy, you're immediately getting like his character, not only because, you know, he stands up for Zoro, who he feels is being sort of wrongly imprisoned, especially if they're planning to behead him or to kill him in a few days, even though he thinks that he's got to hang on for a certain amount of time before he's set free. And he doesn't, you know, Luffy doesn't like that somebody is lying. And then also with Kobe, which I'm calling him Kobe now, and then I'll probably be like practicing those names, you know, in a few days or as soon as this goes up. But that Kobe, you know, he has this dream in mind, and that he really, I'm getting distracted, but that Luffy is like encouraging his friend to go for his dreams. Even if it means that his friend will be his enemy one day because pirates and marines don't mix, or pirates and the military don't mix. And there's just something really cool about that. I really enjoy that. You know, we tell people, as I'm a teacher, and so I tell my kids, you know, like, not like you can be anything you want to be, but in some ways I'm like, yeah, I like have ambitious goals and shoot for the stars and land on the moon kind of thing. And in that, I feel like we're getting like a young person in that voice, you know, doing the same thing and saying those same things. And then we have, oh, in the very beginning, we met the pirate captain, Red Hair Shanks. And, you know, he plays a significant role in Luffy's story, and I wouldn't be surprised if all of these characters pop up again. But again, everyone is so intricately designed. But the character design that tickled me the most is actually the lady pirate, Iron Mace Alvida. And, you know, she's got this cowboy hat on, which is like not piratey, like cowboys and pirates. They don't mesh, their worlds don't mesh, but it totally works in this like fantastical world. And she's got a gun in her waist belt, and she's got these awesome pointed shoes. And I like this, like especially in the main picture that we see of her, we see her sharp sort of her sharp talon-like nails and her massive smile. And there's just something about her that I was like, that's a cool character. I think also because we heard her voice first before we actually met her. And so, you know, you're kind of like building up this image as a reader in your mind, or at least I was. I'm like building up what this person might be like she's this menace and this hag, and she's terrible. And then we meet her, and it's like she, you know, then she is revealed. And, you know, he puts, at least my imagination, Oda puts my imagination at rest. And so that was really kind of fun and exciting. And so, yeah, you know, all the onomatopoeia words, da-dum, which is so, or ta-da, which is so, you know, fun and adds just so much to the story. And then, of course, we see Kobe part his separate ways. He's going to follow his stream. And Zoro's backstory was so much more intense and touching than I had thought. I really wasn't expecting that, just the depth to his background story, that he's the reason why he wants to be the greatest swordsman is so much more than his ego, that it really is connected to his past and to someone that was really important to him in his past. And so I thought that was really fascinating and slightly unexpected. And what else? Oh, and then of course Zoro joins the team. And it's funny because like I got so used to seeing him in his like sort of bandits, you know, his head covered, looking like a bandit in my mind. And then of course it's taken off and we see his hair. I'm so curious about how these characters are going to evolve, both emotionally and intellectually, but also how they're going to evolve visually, because it seems to me that Oda already likes to evolve his characters and the way that they visually look. So I'm excited about that. I don't know, I really like animation and character design. I like draw visual things. I have reviewed a bunch of picture books on my channel before, so I already have sort of a bent towards that on my channel. And not just on my channel, my channel reflects me and my excitements. And so, you know, I'm excited to make children's books videos because I really love illustrations and the intricacies and details of illustrated work, especially geared towards young people. It's just one of my niches. And so, yeah, so I'm just excited. I'm so sorry that this was so scrambled and sort of frenetic. I felt like I was very all over the place. I just really wanted to talk about Romance Dawn before I set into the next arc, because I want to like dig into the next arc, but I felt like I wanted to put Romance Dawn to rest in my mind and say what I wanted to say about it, so I could start with the new arc fresh instead of trying to hold two arcs in my mind at once. So I am open to suggestions. I've gotten a ton already, but yeah, I'm just open to whatever y'all are like willing to offer up. You know, kindness is always appreciated. You know, doing it in a kind way, that always is helpful, just to help me kind of process what y'all want. I am, yeah, open to ideas. Let me know what you think about on Wednesdays we talk One Piece. And yeah, that's it, I think. So thank you so much for watching. My goodness, thank you. Thank you so much for being here. I really appreciate it. And I will see you all in the next one. Bye.